1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Rebecca Camp. Today I'll be recognizing the silent struggle among soldiers. So when a person thinks of a United States soldier, they think of Ranger bats, running long distances, wars, training, etc. What's not often immediately thought about is soldiers' mental health. That's not just by you guys as an audience, it's also by their leaders. Soldiers are trained to endure physically and mentally strenuous activities on a day-to-day basis. That doesn't mean they're too strong to face mental health problems too. My name is Rebecca Camp. I'm a staff sergeant. I've been in the Army for 7 years, and I'm an advocate for mental health. So that's my background on the problem. Today we're going to review the challenges for soldiers, leaders, roles, U.S. Army programs, and a summary of the discussion. Challenges for soldiers. So a common challenge for many soldiers is being forced away from their families. Whether it's an 18-year-old kid who just enlisted in the Army and their first duty station is across the country, or it's a married soldier with kids who is forced to be a geo bachelor. A geo bachelor is a term that is used in the Army for men and women who are forced away from their families, who are stationed and put on orders where their families can't accompany them. This results in mothers and fathers being away from their children growing up, and husbands and wives having to spend their lives alone for a few years. And these separations are not just for 9-month deployments. These separations are 3 to 4 years minimum of being separated. According to the United States Army website, Army.mil, 42% of active military suicide in 2019 have failed or failing relationships in the 90 days prior to their death. Imagine being secluded in a different part of the world, trying to be there for your family, going through everyday work stress and mental health strain and so much more on a day-to-day basis. When put into perspective, this percentage is not that surprising. It's just one of many high stressors that affect a soldier's mental health. Soldiers and leaders alike have been taught to recognize a decline in mental health of those around them. So leaders' roles. A big turning point for this is when the term TIMS was developed. TIMS is a program that stands for This Is My Squad. It's a concept as a leader where you know your soldiers on a personal level, not just a work minimal level. This is where you know their backstories, why they joined the Army, who their support group is, what kind of friends they have, what they like to do on the weekends. Speaking from experience, if there's one thing I've learned, that every soldier is so different. Therefore, every soldier will be approached differently. Not every soldier is going to trust you and open up to you right away, so you have to be able to be personable and learn how to get through to them and get to know them on a deeper level. Now, where does mental health fit into TIMS? Well, when you know your soldiers and their attitudes and habits, when things change for them, or you'll be able to know. You'll be able to tell the changes in their attitudes and changes in their demeanors in the workplace. It's a leader's job to ask soldiers how they're feeling, what they're going through, or simply how their weekends went, so you can know, hey, did something happen this weekend? They might be going through something this week that we can assist them with. In an ABC 110 interview with clinical psychologist Dr. Jim Fix, he says approximately 50% of mental disorders manifest before ages 14 to 15, and early detection is crucial during school years. This is much easier said than done. So many of these kids, they go to school and they go through these mental health changes that are not recognized, and then at 18 they join our ranks and they join the military, and they don't even realize that they have these mental disorders. It is up to the leaders to recognize it and support these soldiers, and we're taught to do just that. We're taught to look for the red flags, such as mood changes, social withdrawal, sleep troubles, and concentration difficulties. After recognizing these changes, it is the leader's responsibility to address them either with the soldier themselves or through the Army's programs. So across the Army, leaders are educated on mental resilience, how to teach it to the formations, and where to find these programs available for day civilians and U.S. Army soldiers. The U.S. Army has a holistic health and fitness program known as H2F. It covers 5 pillars. One of them is mental readiness. This is just one of the newer programs put into place and teaches leaders and soldiers that mental health is a factor in your overall health. Through this program, soldiers and leaders are taught how to develop focus, stress management skills, and psychological performance to handle the challenges in their day-to-day life so they can maintain their mental health readiness and overall health readiness. Leaders are also taught Master Resilience Training, known as MRT. This is a program that leaders learn how to manage stress, both when it's too stressful and not stressful enough. Within the past decade, U.S. Army has revamped its Embedded Behavioral Health Program, its EBH. This department of the military has civilian therapists available on site to support soldiers through their minor work life struggles, family problems, PTSD diagnosis, and so much more. And soldiers feel like they need a more temporary therapy or would like more privacy with their therapy. There's also military and family life advocate or family life counselor. It's called MFLAC. This MFLAC program provides soldiers with undocumented therapy sessions. There's no record of these sessions to keep soldiers' records completely private from their command teams. In summary, mental health of United States soldiers is often overlooked despite the many challenges they face, such as separation from families, high levels of stress, and things like that. Army leaders are trained to recognize warning signs of mental health struggles by using MRT, connect the soldiers with support systems like H2F, EBH, and MFLEC. These resources help build resilience and provide counseling to improve soldiers' overall well-being. Soldiers are not alone in their mental health. Leaders and professionals alike provide each other with support, and the U.S. Army provides the resources. These are my resources. I get so nervous.